Hey, I've got a question for you. What's more important, hunger or talent? If you can only have talent or you can only have hunger and you can't have both, but you're allowed to use one of them to build the other one, which one would you choose? Do you know how many talented people I know? Plenty, and plenty of them are not successful. You're probably talented yourself, but you might not be where you want to be because you're lacking hunger. Hunger can build talent, but talent can't build hunger. And I'm going to make my case here. But let's talk about the differences. Hungry people are the ones willing to work hard until they become talented enough in whatever they need to be talented in to achieve their goals. And talent without hunger equals dead weight, and it's useless. You could be one of the most talented people in the world with no desire, no ambition, and no hunger, and you won't get very far. It's kind of like having a Lamborghini but no fuel anywhere to be seen. I'd rather drive a basic car with endless fuel because at least I'll be going places, and I can end up doing up my car and putting a better motor in there eventually and doing up the interior and working on it, but I've got the fuel to move. The main thing is the ability to move and the motivation and the drive to move, which is more important than just the talent or just the look. And you might think, how can I develop hunger? I remember working on my goals years ago and I was struggling real bad, and I asked one of my mentors for advice and I needed a push. I really needed a push at the time, and he said to me, look at your bank account, that's all the motivation that you need to move forward. And it's true, that's possible. Looking at the things in your life that you're dissatisfied with can be enough fuel to motivate you to move. Part of that is looking at where you are right now and making good plans and good goals for where you want to be. Something that can articulate where you want to be, a clear vision of where you want to go, and directing your whole focus on living that new way and eliminating your current struggles and working hard every single day to get closer towards that. Of course, hard work is inevitable. You have to work hard on your goals, and it might be a big goal, and big goals are usually the ones that we need to pursue to make our life better. And sometimes we get scared because of big goals, but how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. How do you climb a building, a staircase? You take one step at a time, and by the time you've taken 100 steps or 200 steps or 300 steps, and you've only been taking 20 steps a day, but then after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you've taken hundreds, you look back down and you're thinking to yourself, what the heck? I'm this far ahead already. But it's actually not that simple, because we're dealing with limiting belief systems that are usually holding us back. We are holding us back because of our limiting beliefs. We can get past that. Of course, we're going to get to that in a second, but we're dealing with fear too. We're dealing with hurt. We're dealing with depression. We're dealing with trauma. But it's so possible to change. But sometimes we just need the direction. We need the coaching, the mentoring, and the friend that'll help you overcome and become. Look, let me be that friend for you. This is why I do what I do, and this is why I built this channel, to help you build your mindset, to help you build the personality that can overcome and become unstoppable. It can take you time, of course it can, and it will. But you need to change your philosophy. And I'm talking to the people that need a lot of change, because some of you might not need that much. You might need just some adjustments, and I can be your chiropractor. Like if you're shooting an arrow straight and you're shooting miles away, or let's just say a sniper, you're shooting miles away, 20 miles away. Just a tiny, tiny movement can take that bullet, and I'm not getting violent here, but that can take that bullet into a complete different direction, just 1 or 2 centimeters. And I want to be that person for the people that are already pursuing excellence. I want to be that chiropractor for your brain and adjustment of your mindset. I want to do that for you. Even if you're doing really well, you still need to think bigger to get to that next level. Every winner is seeking the next win. Jim Rohn says it so well. He says you can't sit at the table of success for too long. He also says your biggest enemy is your last success. I remember this happening to me a few times. I've become successful. The first time I ever made enough money to become or feel like I was financially free, I took a break, and I'm like, you know what? Take a bit of a holiday and just relax with the family and just take walks every day and just do nothing every day. And that ended up hurting me, because it's not just about having enough money. You got to keep pursuing and keep the juice inside of you and go to that next win, because you can end up becoming complacent in your life. Whether you know it or not, you have God-given drive inside of you that you haven't even discovered yet. You are nowhere near where you could be. You had to fight an uphill battle to be here. I mean, think about it. I don't want to get too explicit, but you made it, and you made it to mum's egg. You were born. You are the one that was chosen to be on earth today. And many of you watching have already unlocked some of the hunger and drive that you have inside inside of you, but you need to go to the next level. You know how you go to that next level? Struggle and resistance. You need to find opportunities to work hard so you can struggle, and you need to find opportunities to work hard so you can experience resistance. So struggle comes from working really hard and facing many challenges and pushing past the resistance and past your comfort zone. How do you build muscle? Think about it. How do you build muscle? Well, it takes resistance and making your muscles struggle until that last push, and it's like, oh man, I can't push that last one, and then you just, someone's spotting you and someone's there training with you, like, just push, and they spot you that tiny bit and you're struggling, you push it, and that's the one that grew your muscle. Haven't you ever gotten stronger when you faced a bigger battle that was a little bit stronger than you or a little bit more challenging than what you've experienced before, but when you overcame that, all of a sudden you've buffed up, you become stronger, you become more resilient, you become more experienced, you become smarter. You can't get bruised unless you're in the ring, and you can't win the championship unless you are in the ring. The stronger the opponent, the bigger the risk of damage, but if you win, you become victorious at a whole new level. In other words, big, scary, and hairy goals and projects that we pursue are the only way to get bigger, stronger, and better. Les Brown says it brilliantly. He says, if you do what's easy, your life will be hard. And if you do what's hard, your life will be easy. Every new level has a new devil. The trials never go away. The pain never goes away. It just gets easier because you get stronger, you get better, you get wiser, you get richer. It gets easier because you've trained in the gym and you're strong enough to climb that mountain. You keep doing personal development daily and becoming more resilient in your pursuit of success. You've built strong and transparent relationships in your life that make your life easier and more seamless in your social world and your family relationships. You've built enough income streams to support you in your life. Life gets easier when we build a fortress around us with many different aspects, from financial, social, contribution, mental health, all of these things. So that's why development and growth is where it is. We got to build our own kingdom, our own wall of Babylon. Now, on the other hand, talent is when you have a natural gift in a particular area that could make you stand out from the pack. I, for example, was a talented communicator, but I had to work on my talent for years. In fact, I never even knew I had a talent until the age of 12, around the age of 12. Before 12, I was pretty timid. I was just in my own bubble and I was just watching my parents and family, but I was subconsciously growing. I used to suck so bad when I communicated though in the beginning, and I've made so many mistakes. I used to watch my father though, and my brother and my mother, and I used to want to have the ability to hold long and meaningful conversations. I was attracted to that. My edge was my circle though, and who I was around. My family were involved in communities and doing things and talking and moving projects and moving mountains. They were doing some great things. And so for me, watching that really subconsciously taught me. But you can always choose your circle. If you don't come from a circle like that, you can always choose your circle. You can always join Toastmasters, for example, if you're hungry enough. You can always join B&I clubs and practice. You can always join a network marketing company where you can develop your communication skills, or a sales job. There's so many options out there. See, it's the lack of hunger that makes you not do these things though. Hunger is when you're willing to do whatever it takes to win. You're willing to fail and learn. You're willing to take risks. You're willing to think abundantly. You have an urge to live a better life. I've been on both sides of the track. I can tell you right now, I've grown up on the streets. I was fighting all the time. I got addicted to narcotics, really bad and addictive ones. I was living on the edge of life every single day. I was such a risk taker. I was careless, and I know what it's like to be a loser, a failure, a person with depression and paranoia and scarcity and delusion. And we thought we were cool back then, until you start to get older and you start to see the hurt in your life, the emptiness in your life, dissatisfaction in your life. You haven't really built anything significant. And it got to a point where things got so bad in my life where, you know, I was doing community service, I was going to my correctional officer. I was a good guy deep inside. I was a loyal person as well, but circumstances and circles and how I grew up, my parents got divorced and I ended up having friends. And look, I have a lot of love for those friends, but you know, sometimes you have to disconnect from certain people that are headed a certain way so you can actually just become more in your life to pursue your goals and dreams. I almost gave up. I knew I had a lot in me. I had to use every ounce of my willpower in my soul to disrupt those patterns that I was taking and doing every single day, to change my circle, change my environment, change what I listen to. All I used to listen to was a very aggressive street rap. I still love that, but I avoid it because you know it's just negative information and messages in there. I found my other really good rap that I listen to with positive messages, uplifting messages, and personal growth is what I really replaced it with. Being able to listen to things on YouTube, on podcasts, on audiobooks. That's what I do most of my time right now. I've spoken in front of 120,000 people so far in my career. After all the things I've been through, 120,000 people. I've had over 10,000 hours of coaching hours, one-on-one, group coaching, being able to have seminars and just teach people leadership, over 2,500 public speaking engagements. I've done over 15,000 presentations in my life so far. All of these have built my communication skills. You can expect anyone to be good after doing so many presentations and so many communication activities, but you got to be hungry. I was really hungry in my work and in my business life. I needed to change so bad. It became a must for me. It wasn't an option. I had no choice. All the other choices were bad. I could have been in jail. I could have been shot. I could have been junked out. I could have been living on the streets. I started having a fear that I might be homeless one day because I was just lacking. My mindset was broken. It was miserable. It was a negative lifestyle. I don't know where I would have been if I kept going, but I can tell you something. It wasn't looking good. I had to make a change. I started doing so much work on myself and in my businesses. I was always getting back up when I'd fall, always setting high expectations for myself, always trying to lead by example. I wasn't telling people to do something unless I was doing it or I've done it before. I wanted to make sure that I was leading from the front, not from the back. It's like pushing a string. What's going to happen to that string? It's going to flop up and it's going to bend. When you pull it from the front of it, it's going to pull in the right direction. That's what a lot of leaders make the mistake of management. They're not really leading, they're managing. You got to lead. My hunger is what made me good. And hunger can take you to levels of great. It can take you to levels of world class. Now, after all the practice, after all the hard work, I can close deals with ease. I present an opportunity and people get excited. I started making the people that hated attending seminars and business functions uncross their arms and start laughing. I actually made it a goal in my own mind, a game where I was in front of the room and there was people there and people were excited, and there was a couple of people in this section of the room and their arms were crossed and they were looking and they were disinterested. I thought to myself, all right, I'm going to use my body language and my energy, my vibration, and I'll crack a joke around that side of the stage, and I'll just, crack the joke, say that thing right where the person is. And I'm telling you, so many times, probably all the times I can remember right now, when I challenged myself to do that, I've cracked a smile, I've got the arms uncrossed. It's amazing when you project your energy out there, but you build self-confidence and competence because you've done something so many times. I love serving people. When you make something a priority, my friend, you develop enough reasons to win, and you take advantage of your gift of life and your chance to be a gift to other people and to your family. I love this saying, Les Brown said it, life is God's gift to us, and how we live our life is our gift to God. That one decision to be a gift to others, to be a gift to your family, to really bring out your giftedness, because everyone's gifted, it's just you haven't unwrapped your gift yet. That one decision can turn it all around for you. Michael Jordan had talent, but if you watch The Last Dance, it wasn't his talent at all that got him to where he got to in life. He was even kicked out of his basketball team when he was younger, and most people at that stage would have given up. For being kicked out, they would have given up. He was a winner. He hated to lose, and when he did lose, because everybody does lose at some point, he came back to win harder and stronger and better than ever before. Michael Jordan is the definition of an unstoppable mindset. His hunger drove him to practice every day. When he filmed the movie Space Jam, he made them build a basketball court so he can keep playing and practicing with his team. There was no excuses. In fact, his team was really agitated with him because of how brutally focused and hungry he was. He was hard on them because he knew if they increased their hunger, they would crush it at a whole new level. He is the one that made his team. He built their excellence. His ability to serve in that way came from his fierce hunger. Now he's the greatest of all time. He's extremely rich and famous, has a ton of investments. He's set for life in many ways. The question for me wouldn't be, is he happy or not? because that is in the eye of the beholder. It comes down to a decision to be happy, and in my opinion, it's spirituality and family and chasing your purpose that fulfills the biggest piece of your happiness. Look, you gotta be hungry. As Liz Brown says, you gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry. I started buying cars and phones when I was 12. I started learning economics and the process of selling and buying really young. Even recording things with my dad when I was under 10 years old. That's why I teach my kids to work with me. I actually get them to do some things, and if they do certain things, they don't get paid for everything. Of course, I need them to learn the discipline of working at home because I have to. That's just part of their responsibilities, to clean up, pack up, and do a few things. But I've given them certain jobs that you don't usually give kids, and I've given them money, and I've bought them some things to invest in, and they also made money from that too. So this is awesome. I'm teaching my kids at a young age because I know what it's done for me when I started doing that when I was young. And I did that for them when they were only 4 and 5 years old. And you got to teach your kids the value of money. I think that should be a topic they teach in school. We're going to be coming up with courses for kids in the future to do that as well, to teach kids and to teach them body language and teach them how to live life with emotional intelligence. All these things I think are important. I started my own business when I was 16. I hired a friend to work with me because I didn't have a license, and I started importing when I was only 17 years old, importing things, and I started wholesaling and distributing at that age too. My business failed because of all the things that I was doing stupidly. I was narcotics and the trouble I was involved in, but I went back in with my brother. Luckily I had him, and he saved my life with that. He kept the business afloat, and after that, after a few years of doing that, I started my own online business, and I built it from the ground up. I brought the company millions and millions and millions of dollars in revenue. In fact, tens of millions in revenue. I was rejected so many times through the process, and things happened, and failure after failure after failure after failure. I went on massive action game plans throughout my whole career. I ended up realizing that if you're going to put in that much effort, do it in your own dream, in your own goals, not for someone else's business. That was just my dream. I wanted to own something myself. And the kind of sacrifices I've made to get to where I'm at today was going and traveling when my wife was about to give birth on her 9th month of our first baby's pregnancy. And look, I'm a strong believer in being there for your family in crucial times where it's a one-time memory and to support. But we were that hungry to win, and we sacrificed, and my wife sacrificed traveling and sleeping in hotels and eating out of hotels. And my wife had a bad back at the time, and she had to go to her sister's house, and we traveled for weeks, me and my partner as well, and we lived out of motels. And I remember we were eating cereal. That's what we were eating. There was nothing in that motel. There was no cooking accessories or anything like that. So we were sacrificing and working our butts off, but I always put myself out there. Call it bravery, and I agree. It's exactly what you need. Everything I ever wanted, I went after. And if it didn't work in the particular area that I wanted, I'll find something better. I was recognized globally in my industry because of my hunger and my work ethic. So how do you become hungry? And you can too. That's the thing. I say this to you, not to impress you, but to share with you that even though you can have a messed up life, you can be on the other side of the tracks, you can still come back with hunger. You can still come back and have a growth mindset, and not a fixed mindset that says, oh, I've tried that and I failed. That means I am not built for that. No, that's not true. We all are born without crawling, without walking, without jumping. These are all learnable things. If you were born in India, you would be speaking Indian. If you were born in China, you'll be speaking Chinese. If you're born in Italy, you'll be speaking Italian. And same thing comes with your neuroplasticity. Whatever you try to do with deliberate practice, if you really want to become great at that thing, you do it again and again and again, and you become a master at that if it's important enough for you. That's why it's got to be your purpose that you're chasing, something that you're passionate about, because you're more likely to keep on going and failing and persistent and being consistent with it. So how do you become hungry? At some point, you have to take the steps that lead you into believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to take risks. You have to get scared and overcome the fear. Look, when you face fear, your fear will disappear. Start with taking inventory of your circle. Who are you around and how do they think? Have you been doing what you hate doing for so long that you've turned into a robot? Everything has just become a habit for you in a way that you never wanted it to be a habit. Are you living a life that is someone else's life? People tell you what to do every day, how to start your day, how to finish your day, what time to clock on, what time to clock off. If you're happy with that, you are successful. That's my opinion. Whatever success means to you means you are successful when you are pursuing and achieving that. That to me, I never impose what I think success is to other people. If you've designed your life in a certain way, if you want to live that certain way and you work hard to live that certain way and you're accomplishing and achieving that and you end up living that way, congratulations, my friend. You're a winner. You're a success story. Even if you want to live on a farm with 7 sheep and 10 cows and a few roosters and chickens, that's your type of success. Good for you, you're successful. Maybe you need to be reignited. Maybe you need to change your environment. Maybe you need to do a powerful course. We offer powerful courses. We build courses and have courses that create permanent change in people. But most people would rather invest in the latest iPhone rather than investing in themselves in a course that can change their mindset, their behavior, the neuroplasticity and everything to create real change in habit systems that will take them towards their ultimate goals and aspirations. And that course can get them 1,000 iPhones if they wanted to. You know what I mean? Too many of us look at the short-term gratification rather than the long-term vision. And we stay stuck because of that. We want 2-minute noodles in a minute. You have to have a long-term vision. You need to get a mentor and a coach. It's hard to do this alone, trust me. It's very hard. Even I have mentors and coaches. Success is hard. It becomes easier when you get better, but it's still hard, especially when you need to go to another level of success. Now you got to figure things out. So there's always going to be some sort of hardship in your life and discovery and stretching of the comfort zone. Now make sure if you're finding a coach or a mentor, they've reached a higher level in life than you have, and make personal development become a part of your daily life. Look, start working on changing your habits, your routines, your rituals. But here's the thing. As I say this, one wish I have for you and the whole world is that everyone would do this, but I know they won't. Only 5% of people will. And those are the people, those are the ones that experience change, joy, happiness, growth, and success. See, this might not even be new information to you. Maybe you just need a reminder. Let me be that reminder for you. Maybe I've said it in a different way where it can hopefully stick, and sometimes we're not ready to receive the information at a certain time, but maybe this is your time to receive this information and this message to uplift you, to think bigger, believe more, love more, live more. So let's get back to my original question. What's more important, hunger or talent? Leave your answer in the comment section below, and I'd love to know your thoughts. I hope you like this video. You can watch all our other videos. We've got so many videos that I believe will give you a lot of value. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell below, like, comment in the comment section. As I said before, we'd love to hear from you and tell us your answer. And if you got anything out of this and you'd like to share this with other people, then share it with others. If you feel someone needs to hear this, and someone does need to hear this, God bless you. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey friend, I hope you liked the video. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit the notification bell below. Like and comment in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. And make sure you check out the other videos that we have. We're going to be releasing so much amazing content to serve you. So hey, have a great day and God bless you. Bye-bye.